Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of The Unprofessional Entrepreneur. Let's get straight into it. Today we are talking about hard versus soft sales tasks. And you know I love a request for the podcast. So this wasn't actually one of my planned batch recording episodes. This was actually something that I mentioned on Threads and got asked what I meant and basically told make a podcast about it. So here we are. Let's get into it. What are the hard, what are the soft sales tasks? And I'll get into why this thread came up because I was talking about the tasks I had set for myself for the last 2 weeks of May that I have not been consistent with. But okay, soft sales tasks are something we're all guilty of. It is the content where you're seeding and you're mentioning your offer, but you're never actually pitching your offer. And so you're kind of selling because you've mentioned it. You've told people it's available. You've told people it exists, but you're never straight up pitching it. I think we're mostly guilty of doing this on social media. I think Threads is a great place for soft sales versus hard sales. But Instagram stories, emails, those places, even podcasts, they really are a great place to do hard sales, and a lot of us don't take advantage of it. So hard sales, just for some examples, of course, there's always going to be more, but there are things like doing follow-up, writing sales emails, doing sales calls, or straight up pitching someone in the DMs through email, whatever it is that you use to contact people. Those are more the hard sales tasks. And so tasks that I set for myself for the end of May, because when I went on vacation mid-May, I was fired up to come back and to book out my agency and get FDStudio set up for a fire summer of repurposed content leading into me going offline for my wedding and just cash injection so that I could happily disappear for my wedding and not have to worry about money. But yeah, energy hasn't been there since I've come back, but I have started now. What day is it? Like the 23rd. So it took me a week, but I've finally kind of gotten into my hard sales task and it's already paying off. I've already had a sale. But the hard tasks I set for myself was to follow up with everyone who had inquired in 2024. Since I started on Threads, I've had quite a big list of people come in, inquire, and most people are telling me it's not the right time. Not right now, or I'm looking for Q3, or I just wanted to know, this is super cool, right? And so I wanted to follow back up with some of these people because it's been 5 months, it's been 4 months, it's been 3 months. Good time to follow up, as one of them even had a message in their chat of I'll reach out in May. It's May, and she ended up booking. Another reason why we need to have systems for our leads tracking, because I am so bad for saying I'll remember, and I do remember most of the time, but sometimes I'm late. So it is what it is. The other thing that I want to do, have not done yet, is put together an email sequence that I will send to everyone who has downloaded our service guide. I think I have 100 people who have downloaded the service guide. Obviously, not all of them are new. We've had about, I was looking the other day because I moved email marketing platforms in February. So since February to May, 3 months, I've had 20 people download the service guide. So even just if those 20 people start reading this sequence of 5 emails, I will be happy. And the last sales task that I'm going to prioritize today, tomorrow, because I think this one is going to either yield good results or get me in front of some good people, is I want to email past clients with the message of we have openings and we would love to work with you again. It's actually an email that I saw from a lead magnet of this person who was like, this email made me $80,000 or something, right? And I clicked on it being thinking it was an email sequence. And it was actually just an email that someone sent to their past clients after a few months all the time. I think they consistently did it based on what their email said, but they send this email to their past clients every once in a while saying, hey, we have room for another client. I would love to work with you on a project again. And so I have easily like 20 people I could send this email to from past clients, and especially from clients who were remix clients. Because if you're not familiar with the remix, it is content ideation. We give you a list of 100 content ideas. I'll put it in the show notes so you can check it out if you've never heard of it. But those are the people that I would love, especially they're like top of my list, people I'll be emailing first, to message and say, hey, how are those 100 ideas going? If you haven't had the time to get around to it, let's talk about a custom project. Because someone could say, hey, I'm smashing out these emails, but I haven't touched the reels, or I haven't touched the social media captions, or I've done the content for my one-on-one, but I didn't touch the content that was for my group program, and now I want to launch. So, so something like that kind of email is my main focus for hard sales task for the end of May to get another client. I think we can do it. I wanted to get 2 clients. I've gotten 1. And I've done 2 days of hard sales. So if this is like lighting a fire under your butt, feel free to slide in my DMs. Let's chat. Let's hold each other accountable. I am all for that. Ooh, I just reminded myself I forgot to follow through my accountability message yesterday. But I do love accountability, especially when it's someone helping me be accountable, because as you can tell, I rely on my brain way too much, even though I know it's not reliable all the time. But wish me luck. Maybe at the end of June, I'll do a follow-up. Maybe I'll just do it on Threads where I share how these sales tasks went, what I actually got through, what results I had from the people I reached out to. Who knows? Let's see. Everything is possible in this world. But that's where I'm going to love you and leave you. If you are someone who wants to learn more about content repurposing, if you don't understand it, would love to DIY it before hiring and outsourcing, please head to the show notes. I have put the link to the Turn 1 into 10 private podcast where you can either send a team member through or learn how to DIY your own content repurposing following the FDStudio framework CPF. Other than that, I'm going to catch you all when I catch you on another episode of The Unprofessional Entrepreneur. And as always, don't forget to stay unprofessional.